it is Andrew Michael and welcome to today's video. If this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And today I am going to be giving you my review for Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode 4. So with that being said, let's get right into the whole title of episode 4 for Power Rangers Beast Morphers is called Artists Anonymous. And the reason is because Ravi painted this mural in town and he doesn't want anyone to know about it. Overall, I thought this episode was actually not that bad. Now obviously it wasn't the most action-packed, but it was kind of one of those episodes where it kind of felt like they were progressing, but as they progressed it felt more of like a filler, but the filler was actually not that bad. So we get into the episode with us starting off with Ravi painting this mural in town, and then his mother comes by and he says, "Hey, I didn't paint this at all," and his mom's like, "Great, art is a waste of time." Ravi then heads back to headquarters and lies to Nate and Steele because he thinks that they would be ashamed that he is an artist. And we see that his mural is on the news, and even Devin and Zoe are down there, and they're saying, "Wow, whoever painted this mural was great," and then they finally reveal that they figured out it was Ravi who painted it. And so then after Ravi goes and checks out the newscast that are there, we see at the preview clip where we see Roxy and Blaze show up to give us our monster of the week, who basically opens the door and tries to get into Grid Battleforce. Ravi sees the monster and he is ready to fight, and so we see Ravi going and fighting the monster of the week, and then we see Nate and Steele show up to go and try to help out Ravi. And then we see them going outside and we see them fighting off the monster of the week. And when we see Devin and Zoe show up, the monster leaves. And so that is where we see the monster head off. That there's this new plot of where we saw in the preview clip where the monster is then transformed into an artist. And the main plot of this is that the artist is going to try to paint this explosive art. And then once he does that, it's a way for him to get into Grid Battleforce. Now, when I first saw the preview clip, I thought it was Ravi being mad that an artist was trying to take credit for what was going on. But what wound up happening was that this was at the beginning of this episode where we saw the preview clip. And so this was just Ravi heading down to the street to where the mural was. And so now that we see that the main plot here is that this fake artist, also the monster of the week, is going to try to head down to Grid Battleforce along with the mayor, who is indeed Evox, and they both head down to Grid Battleforce. And this is where we see Ravi again lying to his mother that the art that was at the mural was not Ravi's, it was the monster of the week who pretended to be some French artist. And so the French artist and the mayor go down to where Grid Battleforce is, and they try to paint a mural on the side of it. The rest of the Rangers then try to persuade Ravi, it's okay to be an artist. It's okay to tell your mother that you are an artist, because even though she may not like it, you shouldn't lie to her. And this is one of those things where it's good to tell kids like you should not lie, even though people will be disappointed, because you'd rather people know the truth and them being disappointed than you lying to them and them being even more disappointed that you would tell a lie on them. That's the whole sentiment here, and I just like the emotion that's being shown in this whole entire episode as well. And then we finally see Ravi confessing to the one being the one who painted the mural on the side of the building. And then this is where we see the fake artist go back to being the monster, and he throws his paint at the Rangers and almost blows them up. So then we see the locksmith, who is the monster of the week, lock up the Rangers' weapons. So the Rangers fight without the weapons. Somehow the commander goes back into the base, grabs the Beast X Cheetah Blaster that Devin has, and he uses that to destroy the monster of the week. Then we see our Megazord battle for the week. The Gigatron of the week then transformed into a Gigazord. He then basically locked up the Megazord, but then the Zord jumped in the air and destroyed the monster. And then this is where we see the Megazord then get as much power as it needs to destroy the monster of the week. And then we see probably the most emotion we see in this whole entire episode, where we see Ravi and the commander back at base. And then Ravi and Commander are having this mother and son conversation. And then the Commander finally realizes that she is the one who is also to blame for Ravi lying to her, because she was the one that kept telling him, if you're an artist, then you're not really like accomplishing much. And so she eventually says, I'm just going to support you based on what makes you happy. And so that is how we end the episode. Overall, I thought this was a fine episode. It wasn't anything too spectacular, but I do like the fact that it was something that made kids realize you shouldn't lie to people. I like the lesson that was here. Whereas, even though people would be disappointed in you, if you tell them the truth and you don't lie to them, you'd rather them being disappointed at the truth rather than disappointed at the fact that you lied to them. Because it's not nice if you lie to people overall. And I do like the emotion that Ravi was showing in this episode. Now, even though, we really did not get a whole lot of story progression in this, I mean, overall, it wasn't a bad episode, honestly. But it wasn't like it wasn't the best episode so far. But overall, if I had to rank this, I give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, it was a solid episode, but nothing out there in the open. Nothing too exciting about this, just I thought it was fine. And that is my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked this review, make sure to give it a like. And also, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell. And until next time, I'm Andrew Michael, and I'll see you next time. Go, go, Power Rangers.